So I got the news that Governor Bill Lee here in Tennessee is going to be sending 160 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C., joining in and helping Donald Trump to create this unnecessary chaos. Joining Tennessee is Louisiana and Mississippi, and I just got to thinking about how fast in the last 6 or 7 months that things have just absolutely spiraled out of control. I did a video a while back on Kamala Harris where she talked about how that she really thought that there was enough guards in place to hold, that she thought it would be strong enough to hold, and then she was surprised at how many people just rolled over. I am not surprised in the least that Bill Lee would roll over for Donald Trump or the Bill Lees of the world. I absolutely expected that. But I have been really shocked at the ones that have rolled over and just stayed quiet and not spoke up and said enough. But now we have, Tennessee joining in on this, and it just made me immediately think of Memphis, Tennessee, because anytime you start talking about the top most dangerous cities in America, Memphis, Tennessee always comes up. So I did a little digging, and I found out that violent crime is still higher than most, with 2,395 per 100,000, 350% higher than the national average. They got a murder rate of 33.7 out of 1,000 people. And they do have a problem with gang violence. They do have a problem with firearms on the street. And so I just wonder why that Bill Lee, why you'll never see Trump go to Memphis, and you'll never see Bill Lee suggest that maybe he send them there. Maybe you will. I wouldn't be shocked in some ways if the states didn't eventually do that and aim toward, the blue cities in their part of the world. I could definitely see that happening, or their more heavily populated black population. I could see them maybe doing that. But you're never going to hear Trump talk about the dangerous cities in the South, like in Birmingham or Little Rock or Memphis, or none of those places are ever going to be mentioned. It's just going to be, Baltimore, San Francisco, Oakland, St. Louis. That's the type of stuff that they'll probably end up going after. And, it's just truly disgusting to me that we're here. And then when I'm sitting there, learning about that had happened, I also saw that Trump is going after these museums now because he says they're too woke and they speak too negatively about slavery. Yeah, they talk too badly about slavery, and that makes them too woke. Folks, in short, to cut through all the bullshit here, I'll just go ahead and say that everything the right wing ever warned us about, everything that conservatives ever warned us about from the very beginning. I don't know what year you were born. I was born in 1980, and I can tell you that when I was a little kid talking politics with my uncle and my grandpa and everybody around me, I would always hear the Republicans say that the Democrats were going to do everything that you now see Trump doing and has done with the throttle on the floor since he took office. Again. So it's funny to me how that the people that claim so much to be against tyrannical governments are now sitting back cheering this on, or they're being quiet about it because they realize just what happened. They realize they're the ones that paved the way for it. But truthfully, folks, deep down, I always knew they would be the ones to pave the way for it. I used to sit and say to myself, they'll pave the way for it because the stuff they said was happening was never happening. They were always talking about Democrats taking our guns away. And I lived in East Tennessee, Southeast Kentucky when I was growing up. So there was a lot of hunting in our part of the world. There was a lot of guns, and they still are. And I remember going through the Clinton years as a teenager and hearing my Republican uncles talk about how that he was going to come take our guns from us, and we weren't going to be able to go hunting no more. And Papa will give me this gun, and he better not take it away. And we made it all the way through the Clinton presidency, and we still got those same guns today. We also made it through Obama, still have those same guns today. We made it through Joe Biden, we still have those same guns today. But the rate we're going right now with Donald Trump, I would not be one bit shocked if one day we don't see him say, hey, just give them to me and I'll keep you safe. And the sad part is you really can't convince me that MAGA wouldn't just hand them over to him. They worship this guy so hard that they're willing to sit back and watch everything circle the drain. And they're doing it just because they feel like they're going to get a little bit of safety out of this, and they feel like it's going to happen to brown people. That's just the bottom line. They feel like it's going to happen to them, and they don't trust them, and they don't understand them, and they're scared of them, and they're terrified of change. and they want to hold on as hard as they possibly can because they do not want to let the power slip away from them. They feel outnumbered. They live in a world that they can't understand and can't explain. And rather than getting out and educating themselves and trying to do better about life, they just would prefer to stay in the dark. That's why they hate the word woke so much. They want to stay asleep. They want everyone to stay asleep and not speak up and call out what's going on. Every day I get hate mail. Every day. I've just got to where I read the first couple of lines, first couple of words, and when I realize, hey, libtard, shut up, I just hit delete and I keep going. But they're so filled with hate over a video that I posted talking about how that we have a tyrannical government. Well, they're the ones that was screaming and barking the loudest about it, so I just thought y'all would like to know. I would just thought y'all might like to know that you're the ones that paved the way for this, and now it's happening. But, oh yeah, it's not happening to you yet. It's happening to those brown people, and so that's okay. But I just wonder what's going to happen when somehow or another it does get twisted and turned on them. Will they find a way to blame it on Democrats, or which way will they go with it after that? I just really did believe that our country was stronger than this. I ain't trying to bring down the room. I still try to be hopeful, and I really do believe that reasonable people can come together and turn this thing around. But I never realized just how fast that we could lose one of the greatest democracies in the world. I never realized just how fast we could lose a country so overnight. But when he got in, he pushed the accelerator down, and I'm not giving the guy any credit, but everything he did leading up to it, he laid the pieces just perfect to be able to do it to where they would all give him a pass for it. He was able to pull it off in a way because he started talking about the election being stolen. That's really what helped him get this over. He always had the Democrats, he always had our side demonized. But over the last 4 years, if you really go back and look at the work they put in when Joe Biden was president, they put in this work that DEI was bad, that woke was bad, that immigrants were bad, that they were coming here, they were raping, they were murdering, they were killing. He really laid it on as thick as he possibly could. He put it on there as thick as he possibly could. And then the election was stolen. The Democrats took it from me. The Democrats weaponized the government against me. The Democrats came after me and my sons and our businesses. And they were all trying. So if I can get back in, I'll lock them all up. I'll turn it all around. And I'll go make sure to release the files on that island, although he actually hesitated and pumped the brakes on that one a little bit. And now we're seeing him pump them full stop, like, nope, we're not letting that out. And if we do, we're going to go in here and we're going to redact names. We're going to make sure my name's taken out of it because we don't want to hurt the victims. So everything that they ever said we were, that's what he is. Everything they ever accused us of doing, that's what he's doing. And they really can't even prove me wrong. They can get mad. They can get mad and yell and say, all day long. You can stick your fingers in your la, 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 but you're still, what I'm saying is still the truth. And there's a lot of people out there that knows it. And I appreciate y'all for helping me to build this platform. And when I say platform, it's ours. It's something we built together. And I appreciate everyone out there that helped us get to this point. And I always say, I just wanted to stand here just to let people know that we're ones that didn't fall for it. But it happened so damn fast. That's the part that depresses me, because I really thought there were more reasonable people. I really thought there were so many more reasonable people that they would speak up and get us over the hump. But there's a lot of people in powerful places that are just rolling over. And it's not just Republicans, it's Democrats too. It's independents, it's all of them. It's everybody. I'm not sitting here laying the blame on just one side. Like I said earlier, I knew Governor Bill Lee would roll over in a heartbeat. He's Dollar General Trump at best. Well, I knew he would do it just to, hey, pick me, sir. You know, we got Andy Ogles here in Tennessee wanting him to be his president. As long as you stay here, buddy, as long as you want to. But I knew those people were whores, but I just didn't realize that so many other people would be willing to just roll over like they have. So all we can do, in my opinion, is keep protesting, keep speaking out, keep using our platforms for the greater good, keep talking about the issues at hand. And as bad as I really hate to say this, we just have to sit back and watch people hurt. We just have to sit back and watch people suffer for a while. And when they do, maybe eventually they'll start to speak up and realize who's grinding that axe in their wound. And hopefully they'll realize it's Donald Trump, and they won't be like a cat that when you try to pull them out of the fire, they scratch us all to hell. That's what they've been doing for the last 10 years. We've been trying to pull them out of the fire, and they won't quit scratching us. But we'll keep trying, and we'll save the ones that we can. And to the ones that we can't save, just got to let them burn. And I'm not trying to be heartless, but you really can't sit and let yourself get dragged down. I know a lot of people says, Brando, I'm trying so hard to reach this person in my life. I'm trying so hard. I'm so close to making a breakthrough. Don't take out yourself trying to save them. I'm really not trying to bring down the room, I promise. But don't lose your mental health, and don't drive yourself crazy on somebody that won't listen. Don't try to administer medicine to the dead. Let's just keep moving, and let's keep calling it out, and I do believe we'll get there. I don't know if I'll live to see it, but they can go back and replay my videos anyway.